And Zambian President Edgar Lungu has concluded his two-day state visit to South Africa. President Lungu ended his stay with a visit to Eskom's Kusile power station construction site, where he noted that two countries have lost time in liaising with each other to make the most of South Africa's power surplus. He encouraged better integration for the Southern African region. Of course, the South African Power Utilities Board and management provided insights into what the power station will mean to the region when it comes to power provision.
My gut feeling now is that we sit down as Zambia and assess whether we need to have so many power plants in Zambia when there is excess energy in the region. So it's about connectivity and the interconnectivity which we should be looking at. Some resources can be access to the needs of a country like South Africa, and they could do for Zimbabwe, they could do for Zambia. We should sit down together and say how much can they guarantee that they will produce cheaply at a reasonable price and make available to us. I think that way we will build our economies faster than we have done in the past.
Well, Angelo Coppola joins us in Johannesburg with more on today's visit. Angelo, of course, as always, you're welcome to the show. Now, we saw Zambia and South Africa cement long-standing relations during this three-day visit to South Africa. Give us some insight into what came out of this trip.
Well, the official communique was a 17-point document. They talked about the country's long and shared history. The ANC, of course, reminded us, or the president reminded us, that the ANC established their head office in Lusaka way back in 1969, I think it was. They talked about political and security situation in the region and on the continent. And they also called for the implementation of the SADC industrialization strategy and roadmap. And both expressed concern about the regional drought, which has halved Zambia's hydropower generation capacity in the space of about 9 months. That communique essentially covered all the bases, so it was a broad document, but it did what it needed to do.
Well, Angelo, let's talk more about the relations between the two countries. Some believe that the trade relationship, of course, between Zambia and South Africa can see Zambia benefit more from this relationship. Did we see this addressed at their meeting?
Well, it's a badly skewed trade balance. Zambia exports unprocessed commodities mostly, and those are valued at around $580 million, and that was in 2015. South Africa's exports into Zambia account for about $3.5 billion US dollars, and that's mostly attached to construction of shopping malls and franchises. President Lungu was at pains to point out that this trade balance wasn't right, and he wanted to change it. The Business Forum participants, that was that meeting that happened yesterday, talked about this extensively, and it will probably be discussed again when this forum meets next year in Lusaka. But we didn't hear any specific plans to address the problem, just a call for business people to explore more opportunities in both countries. President Zuma did confirm that the South African businesses that are operating in Zambia had invested some $2 billion into the country. But changing this balance is going to take some time and quite a bit of focus.
Well, many thanks, Angelo, for those insights. Angelo Coppola joining us there in Johannesburg.